Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we are discussing The Love Heist, which originally premiered on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, June 20th, and is now streaming on Hallmark Plus.
I have a headline, if you will.
I'd love to hear it.
While watching this movie, The Love Heist, because I watched it live.
Yes.
I saw the commercial for the forthcoming Paris is Always a Good Idea, which is a Hallmark Plus limited series exclusive.
Yes.
It drops on Thursday, July 30th. And I believe it said the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly because while watching the movie, I have subtitles too. So like the subtitles on
Everything's
top
all over it.
Yeah, I couldn't exactly see, but I believe it said the first 2 episodes are dropping. Here's the headline news. Did you know Barbara Nevin was attached to this project?
I did not.
I saw her in like a split second. I have to assume she plays, because we've read the book and we did a Girls Gone Hallmark book club.
Yes.
I have to assume Barbara Nevin plays Lacey's character's dad's girlfriend, fiance.
Yeah, that would make the most sense unless in the movie they've given the ghost of her mother a bigger role, like flashbacks.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Pull up IMDb right now and see
That's a good idea.
if it has.
Because as you know from the book, Lacey's character has a bit of a contentious relationship with her father's girlfriend,
Right.
which I kind of would like to see Barbara Nevin play.
It does not have her character name on here.
Got it. Well, stay tuned. We will be discussing Paris is Always a Good Idea. And if you want to read the book, it's a good read and you have plenty of time to get it read before the movie comes out if you are a book to adaptation purist.
Let's talk about what's just a brief housekeeping on Girls Gone Hallmark, what's coming up for us before we jump into this movie.
Okay.
We are wrapping up June. July is forthcoming. Of course, Christmas in July for Hallmark, but we also want to put our own spin on it. We're going to cover the Christmas in July movies, but we are also going to cover a few Hallmark Hall of Fame Christmas movies.
That's right.
Behind the scenes, we just chose those 4 movies.
We did just now.
So
Someone asked a couple weeks ago if they could have the schedule, and I said, you can as soon as we have it.
yeah, things have been real busy here. Should we share those movies or should we invite people to come over to our Facebook group or follow us on Instagram if they want to see what those movies are?
Not to keep it a secret, but I do think the better option is to find us. We will put them in the show notes of this episode. I don't think anybody's going to remember those 4 movies if we share them now. So head on over to Instagram for the schedule. It'll also be in the Facebook group. We're Girls Gone Hallmark everywhere. And give that a look. Those episodes will come out on Thursdays throughout the month of July. And our new Hallmark Christmas in July movie reviews will come out on Tuesdays. If you want additional episodes from us, on Mondays, we drop our Patreon episodes. Patreon.com/Megan and Wendy. That's bonus lifestyle content. In the ultimate crossover, a needlepoint shop I follow that I'm like collaborating with on a project now follows us on Patreon.
Oh, wow.
Which made me super nervous.
Why? Oh, I can't wait to talk more about that.
And on Fridays, if you're a Bravo watcher, we drop our recaps of In the City. So
We're all over the place right now.
we have plenty of new episodes for you. So that's what's happening in July.
Awesome. Are you ready to get into the Love Heist?
I am.
With the synopsis?
Take it away.
Celebrity stylist Kayli must team up with hotel security chief Mills. Is his name Chief Mills? No. Why do they call him that? Mills is his last name.
Yeah, that's
Hotel security chief? I guess he's like head, right? All right. To track down an iconic piece of fashion history after it goes missing on her watch before the Chicago costume gala.
The Love Heist was written by Holly Gent. This is Holly's 4th writing credit and first Hallmark project. Interestingly, she wrote the screenplay for the 2019 movie Where'd You Go, Bernadette? Did you watch that movie, Wendy?
I read that book and watched that movie.
I don't remember if I saw the movie. I know I read the book. I saw this. I went to look it up because, spoiler alert, I thought the writing was quite snappy. So I looked up the writer as I was watching and I saw that writing credit and thought, maybe I need to go give that a watch.
I remember the book more than the movie.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah. This movie was directed by Kevin Fair. He's best known for his work on many of the signed, sealed, delivered movies. His last project for Hallmark was Caught by Love with Rachel Lee Cook and Luke McFarlane, which kind of a similar movie. Don't you think?
A little heisty.
Yeah.
Lyndsy Fonseca plays Kayli. This is her 56th acting credit, and we last saw her in Single on the 25th last Christmas.
Peter Porte plays Liam Mills. This is his 52nd acting credit. We last saw him on Hallmark in Notes of Autumn in 2023. He has been appearing as Dimitri on Days of Our Lives.
Yes, as I turned this on, my husband said, "Oh, look, there's Dimitri."
Yeah, you have like a personal connection to Days.
I do. A college friend of mine actually directed, like got full director credit of his first episode recently.
That's exciting.
But he's been working there since we graduated, which was 25 years ago.
It was a mere 10 years ago, right?
Our 25th reunion was last month. I did not go, but it did happen. I just find that so hard to believe that it's been 25 years since I was in college.
Wow. I'm sorry, there's a fly in my house. It keeps buzzing by here. Have you seen it?
Yes, I have seen it, but it's we get flies. It's the summer. Flies come in the house. You have dogs. You open the door. Do you have a fly trap in your, like one of those blue light traps?
I do, but it's unplugged right now. See? I need a new sticky back to it.
Those things are disgusting and fabulous all at the same time.
Agree.
Also, they don't really work during the day. All right, let's hear your first impression of the Love Heist.
I've watched 700 Hallmark movies. I mean, that's an exaggeration. But somehow a candy necklace remains one of the most believable romantic gestures I've seen.
Wow, we have very similar first impressions.
Really?
Because mine is, I promise I won't use your vulnerable moments against you, is the most romantic thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Alternate first impression, well, it certainly is pink and poofy.
That dress.
I wanted to cut the train off of it like a rat tail on an unwashed man.
Okay, where did we talk about? What episode did we talk about
First
that dress?
impressions.
Okay, and you're like, oh, the fashion looks good. And then I pulled up that picture. She's wearing that pink dress.
I like the dress except for the train.
No. Let me just say, before we get into it, I thought the fashion was great in this movie.
I did too, actually.
With the exception of that pink dress. That pink dress was dreadful. Dreadful.
The train just was like, I really was like, just someone take craft scissors to them and just.
It was so bad. It was so bad. But we're going to talk about fashion because I have a feeling we might compare this to like other fashion movies we've seen.
Oh, on Hallmark.
On Hallmark.
Sure. Positively. Yes. Let's talk what we liked.
Go ahead.
Right at the top, I loved the old Hollywood music font and look of the intro.
Oh, I don't even think I clocked it.
It's real quick, but the font, it gives like old Hollywood celebrity. I thought it was great. Just these little details. But bigger than that, I already mentioned it. I loved the writing in this script. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's done so well that you almost don't even notice it. You're just enjoying watching it. But
agree.
There's so many fun lines, like when she's quoting movies back and forth. She's like, have you never even seen a movie?
So great.
It's just so great. And then there's some really heartfelt moments. You know, I like that the callback to I promise not to use your most vulnerable moments against you. I think that's a great line and great insight into relationships. And then I loved when she realizes the truth about her, in quotation marks, career mistake. Mm-hmm. He kind of is like, isn't it weird that the thing you considered to be like career ruining didn't actually happen at all?
Right.
Like he's like reflecting her life back to her. I just feel like they have this incredible dialogue and way of communicating with each other. It was really fun.
I agree with you. The writing was really great. I sometimes get worried when we have a writer that hasn't written for Hallmark before.
Sure.
And I've said this recently too, is like sometimes like I feel like they follow like, oh, this is what a Hallmark movie is supposed to be like. Mm-hmm. But this felt very outside of that.
Very fresh.
Very fresh. But also sort of in a stereotypical Hallmark framework.
Yeah, well, you can't go too far, right? Like, you still want to give the viewers what they expect and what they want. You don't want to completely rewrite the genre.
Right.
And there are things people expect, but you can't, right? You can't rewrite what the audience is going to expect. There are things. And so I like when we're working within that framework in a both fresh and familiar way. It doesn't feel stale, but it doesn't feel like, what's this doing on Hallmark?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my biggest not my biggest takeaway, but I did find that like at its core, it was a classic Hallmark movie where, you know, something goes wrong and their jobs are on the line.
Sure.
They spend a lot of time together trying to solve this problem.
And at the same time, the stakes are so low.
They're so low.
You're never actually worried about these people.
Kayli's boss was not even worried.
That's what I kind of loved, that her boss is like, whatever, I got insurance, man. Like,
Yeah.
I really loved her boss because she had the opportunity to be like the boss in that Kentucky Roses movie.
Yes.
You know, just such a pain in the ass the entire time. And she was like, you got this. You stuff happens. We roll with the punches.
Right.
Like, this is the reality of the world. I loved her, especially as someone who's like so afraid of conflict and so afraid of getting in trouble, that if I had a boss like that was like, all right, we'll figure it out.
Right.
It's not a big deal.
I know. It was great. I did like that the story was wrapped around like fashion history and this Chicago gala, which to me it was like the Met, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like in that terms of like exposure.
Cosmo.
Yeah. I liked all that, especially like someone who it was giving vibes of like a touch of The Devil Wears Prada, but more of like the shopaholic movies.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I know, right? Like it felt like that sort of genre where I was like, well, this could be like a theater movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And I was worried. Let's talk about the fashion because I was worried
Yeah, absolutely.
it would be awful. And I did not think it was at all. First of all, I want to talk about whoever did the costuming for Lyndsy's character was great.
Yes, she looks great the entire time, even in her casualist clothes.
The casual wear was my favorite.
Like those jeans, I'm like, oh, finally not a skinny
Not
jean.
a skinny jean. I wrote that too. Not
Yeah.
a skinny jean, finally. Yeah, because right now the trend is to wear a little looser, a little baggier jean.
Sure.
And I can imagine that probably doesn't always translate on
It's
TV.
not as flattering.
Yeah.
But it certainly was so on trend. Like her jeans, I was like, I want those jeans. Like they were the perfect fit. That's the fit everyone's looking for right
Yeah, I
now.
thought her wardrobe was great. And by the way, it was wearing a crossbody bag in the first scene. And I am team crossbody bag.
Look, if you don't know, the Gen Zs are coming for the Gen X crossbody, and I will die with a crossbody bag on my person.
Gotta leave your hands free, man.
Ankle sock and a crossbody. Totally. Till the day I die.
Totally. But some of the high-end fashion, and this is not a wish, some of the high-end fashion wasn't truly high-end looking enough for me. Like some of those dresses, but like, what can you do?
What can you do? And I think they worked around it. When they show those first round of gowns for the woman that she's styling, they talk about how the theme was princess and royalty. And that works, right? When you have those classic style gowns,
Yeah.
they do have princessy air to them. And I'm glad that they kind of worked away from, I mean, those were perfectly fine dresses, but they weren't high fashion.
Right.
They weren't the kind of thing you're going to see on a red carpet these days. And I actually, when she puts her in that blue plaid cropped outfit,
Loved it.
now I could never pull that off, but she looked fantastic.
Loved it.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is one of the best things I've seen in a Hallmark fashion movie. Loved it.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that I can totally relate to this feeling of imposter syndrome that Kayli is experiencing. And I love the idea of her not wanting to be the one to make the final decision. She's like, I trust myself to get the work done, but I don't want any of the weight of the results of my choices to come back on me.
Okay.
I want somebody else to make the call.
Yeah.
What is that phase?
But that's not how you and I operate together.
That's how you and I operate, because I'm not really worried about like the stakes are so low. But that is kind of how I operate in life. Like, I don't want to pick the restaurant because what if it's bad?
Oh my God.
I don't, I think that's relatable. The
It's
way she
definitely
felt in
relatable.
business.
I'm going to circle back to this thought in my wishes.
Okay.
My final likes, look, I thought Lyndsy and Peter were a delicious casting choice together.
Yes.
I thought, first of all,
Adorable chemistry.
adorable chemistry. They looked good together. They had such an incredible banter about them. I was like, hello. I had forgotten like how well Lyndsay's such a great actress.
Yes.
She's with whatever material she's
Yes.
going to have. Like, she's so good. And I had forgotten how much I like her. Like, The Magic of Lemon Drops is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And I just have to, it's not like when I saw her in this movie, I think the premise alone, I was like, meh. But she and Peter like really pulled it off. I thought it was so much better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I thought this was so fun to watch. And if you compare it to last week's Texas Two-Step, the chemistry they had was like fiery and steamy. And I feel like the chemistry that Lyndsy and Peter had was cute and fun and playful and matched the tone of the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
The thing that I really like about Lyndsy, one of the things, because she's so fun to watch, but her physicality, like the way she reacts and moves her body and little like there's just a lot of the way that you can't put that on the script. That's not on the page. She just infuses this character with a lot of fun. And if I may speak about the Lyndsy and Peter of it all, my favorite moment of this movie is their first kiss.
Oh my gosh. You guys, Megan texted me. She's like, have you gotten to the kiss yet?
They get interrupted. And then he says to her, if you think an interruption like that is going to stop me, and then he grabs her and like spins her around and kisses her. I'm like, this is top 5 Hallmark kisses of all time.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was so good.
Thank you for not letting that interruption happen.
Yeah.
I have one more I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
The resolution to this movie. Now, you talked about having a new Hallmark writer and worrying about them falling into tropes. I think they did a really nice job of pushing back against those tropes because as I'm watching this, I'm hearing Captain Mills say, I really can't be tied down in one place for too long. And she has career aspirations and he has career aspirations. I'm thinking, how are we going to do this? Who's going to give up for the other?
Did you like the ending?
Well, it works.
I literally smiled when he's like, I'm going on tour too. I was like, yes. I was
They're
so
both
excited.
getting what they want. Like, it's so improbable. I don't care. Like, he gets to go be the head of security and he gets to move around and she gets to go style this person and they're going to have their own individual identities, but they get to orbit in the same space.
Yes.
I was like, thank you. Nobody's having to give up their dream
Right.
and make up some unbelievable justification about why, actually, I discovered I really did want to settle down with you.
Yeah.
No, it was great.
It was a win-win.
Let's take a quick break and come back to talk about our wishes. All right, Wendy, what did you wish for?
Well, my biggest wish, and you kind of already mentioned it, but it was a frustration I have, not with the mystery of like finding the dresses and all that stuff, but it is Kayli who is constantly doubting herself. Like early on, she tells us she's not good under pressure and she's overwhelmed and she second guesses herself. And we get kind of a large chunk of the movie with Mills kind of reassuring her.
Yeah.
And this is like my beef. Like, I need her to lean into knowing that she's good at her job.
Yeah.
We don't need this dude to tell her to reassure her that she is.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my biggest beef.
Got it.
I didn't hate it because he was so likable. If he was like a jerk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She had a boss who was already telling her the same things, but when it came from this dude, like I thought like
She heard it.
Yes. I just kind of wish we had a version of this character who like knew her worth and was confident about it.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know, you said like her character felt relatable to you, and I agree. I'm in that lane as well. But I think it's also nice if we had a character who was like super confident, but then wasn't portrayed as like the bitch.
Sure, reflected back to us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I would rather relate to somebody who's killing it.
Yeah.
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 My wish, let's talk about hair and makeup dude Perry.
Oh, okay.
I think Perry is a bit of a caricature of a person who doesn't get to be his own person. He simply gets to be sassy bestie Perry, you go girl Perry. And to dig a little bit deeper, we got an email after we had recorded. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. Thank you for bringing it up. Yes.
We got an email after we had recorded our review of Texas Two-Step from listener Kia, who I love when she emails us because, first of all, she's so nice to us, but she always has something really insightful to say. And she loved Texas Two-Step, but I'm going to read little excerpts of this email. She says, in addition to loving it, I also realized how much the lack of diversity in Hallmark movies is really starting to wear on me. Like, it hit me over the head and really annoyed me last night while simultaneously trying to stay calm during Livy and Luke's hot dance scenes. For your reference, I was so mad about it. I wrote Hallmark Channel's viewers email, and I never do stuff like this. So I'm not going to read the whole email, but she says, let me start by saying I truly love Hallmark movies. They are a light in the mental health storm, and I appreciate them so much. However, as a Black viewer, I find the lack of talent of color really frustrating and unrealistic. Take Texas Two-Step, for instance. You have a Black bar owner, but no Black bar patrons. This is completely unrealistic. Aside from the one guy in the band and one Asian girl, I didn't see any patrons of color. Also, are there no other Black actors or actresses that your casting agents, showrunners, and programming team like, test well, or feel are palatable? Why couldn't Heather Hemmons' character have a Black bestie? I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this. It would likely turn off your majority older white woman viewership. White women are not the only ones drawn to your movies. It would be really nice, and I'd feel much more welcomed into and seen by the Hallmark universe if we could see a little more representation in your movies that reflected the American population. Give some actors and actresses of color an opportunity to become household names, just like Heather Hemmons, Nikki DeLoach, Andrew Walker, etc. Pair some actors and actresses of color and not in stereotypical roles with the popular and deeply loved stars so viewers can begin to love them and want to see them as leads. Having read that email and then watching this, I felt like this was a little bit of a miss. This was almost like token casting. They're like, look, we have an Asian man who's probably gay, but has absolutely no discernible qualities or uniqueness to his personality.
Right.
It's just something every time he came on screen, I was like, please tell me something about you.
Right.
And he was just a mirror for Kayli the entire time.
Yeah, I thought about this email while watching this movie too. Reading that email has really stuck with me.
Me too. And I actually, after I was like, man, I really wish we had made those points in our episode because they're excellent points. I loved the email, and she was very kind, saying, I appreciate how much you guys speak out. And sometimes we do. And sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I had said more about that.
Yeah, same.
Because I agree with everything she said about that movie. Yeah. So that's really my biggest wish about this movie.
And a fair one.
Are you ready to talk? Did you see that?
Well, I have one more stupid wish now.
I love a stupid wish.
I hate like following.
No. Let's lighten it up.
The real villain here is that guy that works at the hotel.
Yes, it's not built up enough, is it?
I didn't think so.
I was like, who is this? Like, what?
There were many times, this wasn't a mystery, right?
No, right.
So I wasn't watching this movie like trying to figure it out. I was truly just watching the progression of our two lead characters falling in love. But when the reveal is that it's this other security guy, I was like,
Yeah, I think we didn't really know enough to care about him, or maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention to that element of the story.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I also like when he would talk about his like security job, like, and if that was on the line, I just kind of was like, not all that interested in that. I was like, bring Lyndsy back.
Yeah.
Flirt with her some more.
I have also one tiny wish. I hated the movie poster for this.
Did you?
Because it looked AI generated to me. I don't understand why they made it look
Cartoony almost? The
or
dress?
pixely. I didn't know what was happening. And what did that have anything to do with this movie? It didn't. Mm-hmm. Truly, the movie was so much better than the poster and
the premise.
The premise. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Now we can talk. Did you see that?
Yeah, I didn't really nail it. I'm going to be honest.
On the did you see that?
Yeah.
I got a few.
I mean, I have a few too. I just think I've done better work.
That's okay. Let me hear what you got.
She talks about loving vintage clothing, and the next scene she's wearing a shirt that says vintage on it.
Is it vintage like
1976 or whatever? Like,
yeah. Okay. First of all, I've seen that shirt on Amazon.
Yeah, no, it had very much the look of like the current vintage imaging.
Yeah. I couldn't understand, like, why would they put her in a shirt that was like 1978? Like, I think I would pick a shirt from the year I was born.
Yeah, and she's younger than us.
Yeah, I didn't like, why that? Other than they had a shirt and it made her look vintagey. I agree. Do you want to continue?
Yeah, two little ones. For some reason, when he's trying on a watch from a street vendor, they zoom in on his hand and he has like a weird injury on his thumb.
Yes.
I watched it twice. I'm like, why are we zooming in? Like, is there something I'm supposed to see? All I see is his thumbnail injury.
For a second, I thought, is he the thief? Like, I was like, are you
he got hurt?
Are you telling me something? Yeah. I know exactly what scene you're talking about. I thought the same thing.
Still don't have a lot of clarity on it. And finally, when she's unloading her luggage from the cab, when she arrives at the hotel, like she puts it on the luggage rack, but then like when it zooms back out, it doesn't appear that there's actually any luggage on the luggage rack.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
That's all.
I was wondering in that scene, I was like, why is he overseeing, like that's a bellhop position?
I just think he's right place, right time.
Okay. And also, why did he jump up to get the drone? Like, you know, like...
Oh, I actually I liked the silliness of the drone scene. When he like hops on the cart and he's like, push me.
Nope.
Okay.
You know me and hijinks. No, thank you. Okay, here are my did you see that's. One, when she goes in to that, I think it was called Mildred's. It was the vintage shop.
Yeah.
The gal who was working there the red herring, I was like, did she steal the dress? Oh. But she was wearing a Taylor Swift 1989 t-shirt underneath her.
Oh, she was?
Stuff. Yeah. That image of Taylor Swift from that album where she has the sunglasses and it says 1989 in the sunglasses, it was that shirt. And I was like, oh, funny. That's so... It was like like not cartoon image, but it was like a drawing. It wasn't like a Taylor Swift shirt, but it was. Right. Anyway, I thought, oh, that's interesting. Because I feel like the last year there's been these little like Taylor Swift
references.
Yeah, a lot. That same shop owner, when her soap opera came on, she's like, my stories are on. It's such an old timey grandma thing that my grandma would say, like my stories are on right now. I just thought I laughed out loud, actually. I thought there was a little bit of name drop bingo happening. We got Elizabeth Taylor, obviously. There was an Al Capone reference, which made me go, if you listen to our The Way Home recaps. Yeah, but she also mentioned Lee Radziwill. I say that name wrong. Do you know who that is?
Wasn't Carol Radziwill a housewife?
She was a housewife, and there was some connection to the Kennedy, that she is a Kennedy of sorts. And I thought, oh, that's so interesting. Like, that felt very, very, like, obscure that it would be in this. I thought that was interesting. And then the last thing, when Kayli goes after the guy who has stolen the ring, she like jumps after him. She ends up on the blacktop. Not one mark on that pink dress. Oh. Not one grease stain, not a scuff, nothing.
No old French fry.
No like scuffs on her elbows, knees.
Nothing.
That's all.
What did you rate The Love Heist?
Look, I liked it. I gave it 4.25 stars.
As did I. Exactly. Which, incidentally, is what I rated last week's movie.
So you think it's been a good summer so far?
I think it's been a good June. July. I'm worried about July. We will have a First Impressions episode coming out soon.
Super worried about July. And I am looking forward to next week's.
Me too. I think this has been a solid month.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark. If you love this podcast, we love your 5-star ratings and reviews. Drop them right into the Apple Podcast app. We'll be back next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.